Hello everyone, this is Sanjay from CSI Branch. Today my AIT Tech Talk topic of disaster management is assessing the quality of state of the art regional climate information of the case of the UK climate projections in 2018. So now the abstract is mainly the objective of the paper is that the paper evaluates the quality of state of art regional climate information using the UK climate projections 2018 as a case study, particularly for supporting climatic adaptations decisions. And it focuses on the UKCP 18. UKCP 18 includes probabilistic global and regional projections that demonstrate advanced methodologies in generating regional climate information by decision making. 6 quality dimensions. The paper assesses the quality of UKCP 18 across 6 dimensions: transparency, theoretical basis, independence of evidences, number of evidence sources, comprehensiveness of evidence, and historical empirical adequacy. Transparency. The authors examine whether the methods, assumptions, and limitations are clearly communicated to the users for better understanding and trust in the projections. Theoretical basis. The study investigates the model used are grounded in robust, well established scientific theories regarding climate process and changes. Independence of evidence. The paper evaluates whether the projections are supported by diverse independent lines of evidence rather than relying heavily on similar sources. Number and comprehensive of evidence. It looks at whether the projections integrates a sufficient number and variety of data sources to provide a comprehensive picture of future climate conditions. Historical empirical adequacy. The authors assess how well the projection match historical climate data to determine their reliability and predicting future trends. Relevance for decision making. The paper highlights the importance of these quality dimensions in ensuring that climate predictions are useful and trustworthy for policymakers and stakeholders involved in climate adaptation. And conclusion is that the author suggests that improving these 6 conditions can enhance the reliability and durability of regional climate information, ultimately supporting more informed and effective climate adaptation strategies. So the introduction is that adapting to climatic change is becoming increasingly urgent due to ongoing impacts of anthropogenic greenhouse emissions, which have already caused approximately 1 degree Celsius of global warming. Even under the most optimistic mitigation scenarios, global temperatures are likely to reach 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels between 2030 and 2050. Climate change scenes faces the significant challenges of providing information to help manage risks, minimize damages, and identify potential opportunities in changing climate. There is a growing interest in addressing the information needs for climate change adaptation, highlights the importance of producing more solution-oriented knowledge and particularly local climate information to support adaptation decisions. Decadal and multi-decadal regional climate information with varying temporal and spatial resolution plays a crucial role despite the higher uncertainty. Early system models using advanced techniques like ensemble experiments, dynamical downscaling with regional climate models, statistical downscaling, and high resolution convection permitting models to explore uncertainties and model sensitivities. Model based climate information is challenging to interpret due to systems non stationarity and the unverifiable nature of forward looking simultaneous ensemble experiments often lack clear definitions, and an excessive focus on uncertainty quantification can be misleading. Additionally, there is a risk of being trapped in model land, where models provide information about other models rather than real world. This raises concerns about whether climate information meets the quality standard necessary for informed adaptations decisions. Fielder emphasizes the needs for rules to evaluate the reliability of climate information, particularly for decision making in private sectors. To assess the quality of regional climate information for decision making, the author use a modified version of the framework by Baldisseri Pachetti, The original framework includes 5 dimensions, that is transparency, theory, diversity, completeness, adequacy for purpose. The author made 2 modifications. Diversity and completeness are divided into 3 distinct components: number, independence, comprehensiveness to better capture the role of evidence types in climate statements. Adequacy for purposes replaced with historical empirical adequacy to clarify the dimensions and distinguish it from broader definitions of adequacy. These dimensions aim to evaluate the epistemic reliability of climate statements, ensuring that probabilities accurately represent potential future climates and are supported by clear explanations. This paper has 2 main objectives: assessing the quality of regional climate information. The study evaluates the UK climate projections as a case study to understand the quality of climate information used for adaptation decisions and identify ways to improve future works in constructing such information. Testing the quality framework. The study empirically tests the modified framework derived from Belliceria Pache to assess its effectiveness. This paper is structured as follows. Section 2 describes the modified quality framework and its application to decisions about climate information. Section 3 explains why UKCP 18 was selected and assessed the quality of 3 land products. Section 4 discusses the assessment results. Section 5 concludes with potential directions for future research. Framework defines quality in the context of climate change adaptation decision by focusing on epistemic requirements necessary for credible and decision relevant information. These requirements guide what makes climate information scientifically robust and reliable for adaptation planning. Credibility in the context refers to the scientific adequacy of the technical details, evidence, and arguments supporting the information, ensuring that it meets the standards needed for informed decision making. Optimistic reliability is crucial for long term predictions, especially when traditional statistical empirical evaluation are unavailable as seen in climate projections. It helps bridge the gap between the model based statements about models and those about the real world. The framework targets the framework tar- the framework targets statements or estimates about the future regional climate on decadal longer timescales produced through scientific research. In addition to the statements, it also considers the underlying evidence and the methodology used to analyze that evidence. UKCP 18 projections showcase key characteristics of advanced regional climate information by using various modeling techniques to estimate future climate changes. These projections include 3 main standard probabilistic projections: global projections and regional projections. The probabilistic PPM provides probabilistic estimates of uncertain relatable to future regional climate. The regional projections apply dynamical downscaling techniques using a PP of regional climate to provide more localized climate information. The quality assessment framework is applied to these 3 strands to evaluate how well they meet the specified dimensions of quality. The analysis reveals that the framework dimensions may be satisfied differently depending on the climatic variable and strand. For instance, the theory dimensions indicates higher reliability temperature. The variance occurs across all strands regardless of the variance. And finally, I can conclude that this paper is applied in the quality assessment framework by 2021 location, which provides regional climate information for climate change adaptations decisions. The framework evaluates information based dimensions such as transparency, theory, diversity, completeness, and historical empirical adequacy. The analysis addressed Okay, 18 published global and regional projections. The study also revealed interdependencies between framework dimensions, emphasizing the need to consider how evidence, methodology, and variable selection affect quality. For instance, a storyline about predictions offers significantly from a published statement about temperature in terms of quality assessment. These are some of my references of my topic. Thank you.